I'm hot and you're cold. I lead and you follow. We fight and break up. We kiss and wear makeup. Wait, what? God damn it, Daisuke. Why do you gotta be whew, like so extra? Also, why do you have Gon following you around? Like, does she have to go look for her dad on top of a giant tree before she goes to the Dark Continent or something?
I wasn't the only one who thought
Yeah. Yeah. The jokes write themselves, don't they?
Oh, okay. It's strange how every time we see not so much in Showa, it was very obvious what they were talking about because they would literally like product placement pull up something and be like, "Hey, you mean you're talking about this popular show at the time? You're talking about, or they would have like some type of product, like, there was a movie that we saw that was paired up with, I think, Messenger or Spaceship Yamato. I cannot remember, but
Yeah.
you see a poster of that film and then kids playing with the toys. And it's wait, why? It's because this film was paired with that film. That's why.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's very it's very like hidden, but you could tell right off the bat. We said that Blade really used a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh references with their card gimmicks, especially the sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Ryuki was kind of a Pokemon tribute, because not only did they have the voice of Satoshi Ash be the opening song, but the fact that you're using creatures that are not of this world to battle against and use in battle via your fights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of Pokemonish. I know some people would say like, no, Ryuki's more like JoJo. No, if they were JoJo, I think the abilities would have been more out there than they were. This is pretty much like if Pokemon was if Pokemon did that actually went through and made that one manga into an anime where the trainers could fusion with their Pokemon and become like some armored or some battle ready trainer. No, that is a thing. That is a thing.
Yeah.
As for Kabuto, well, Kabuto has just been like nothing but just bugs. But I was gonna say, it's another Pokemon reference. But you could say that because of the beetle and the bee and whatnot. We have Heracross and Beedrill. But I would dare say that this is more along the lines of Metabot than it would be anything else. Our main character is a beetle themed character, as Metabee was. But we don't have like Mr. Referee or something constantly butting
in. I am Mr. Referee.
Yeah, constantly butting in, and there are no weirdos in not, well, it's not spandex. It's more like vinyl suits and antennas trying to rob them. I mean, well, they kind of do look like bugs, but not really. We got the worms for that. Yeah. Just the premise of it is like very Metabot-ish. Although the Pokemon references can also be used since a lot of insects, most of the insects in this show, they do have Pokemon counterparts. Also, the fact that we have a character named Gon in the show.
Yep.
I'm like, someone was a fan of Togashi's work. And why wouldn't you be? Togashi is an amazing storyteller. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, you're talking about hiatus, X hiatus? Shut up, weeb. You don't get
Yeah.
it. You don't know. It's especially these new chapters that have been coming out. I'm like, oh my God, Togashi, what the hell have you been doing?
Yeah.
What is your train of thought, sir? Because I want to know who thought of this, especially since you're telling a story from not just, oh, this happened yesterday or this happened today. No, you're telling a story exactly like, oh, this took place at 11 o'clock. This took place at 3 in the afternoon. Now we go back to 12 in the afternoon. And then it happened at 12:45. I'm like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
These new chapters have literally been in the span of like just 5 hours. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's nothing in the world that like seriously. I'm like, we've been with this for years, and you're telling me we're still on day one. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot's happening, isn't it? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just like in these reviews. But besides Togashi and many references, what are we here to talk about?
Well, I'm happy you asked because we are here to discuss Kamen Rider Kabuto episodes 9 through 12. And I'm still not used to that fade effect.
Ugh, my glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 through 12. And again, the references still keep coming in because in the first 2 episodes, we have a very niche, well, it's not niche, but it's a very like really kind of trope in these 2 episodes where it's all about the power of friendship.
Yeah.
And then cosmetology.
Yep.
As in the last 2 reviews, it was all about love. And now we're just like, yeah, we're now skipping love and we're going into friendship because that's a different kind of love.
Mm-hmm.
It's at times it's one-sided. And then we go into honestly, I didn't see this coming. We've had some very interesting people be Kamen Riders during the Heisei era. We have had government agents. We've had police officers. We've had, trained military personnel become them. But then we have the parking lot attendants.
Yeah.
Or like a kid that is obsessed with finding the right varnish for violin making. Or a vagabond that just every day, has no job but demands that he has fresh boxer briefs. Or a kid that likes to dance.
Mm-hmm.
These have been our Kamen Riders. While I found it kind of strange, I'm like, wait, really? Really?
Yeah.
It kind of took a moment. I was like, you know what? That is not the strangest, but how we're introduced to him, I realized something. I'm like, that's morbid, man. Seriously, this is probably the most fucked up way you can introduce a character. Even though he is a beautician.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that soon enough. I am hoping everyone is surviving this heat wave over here on the West Coast.
It's insane.
Because I could seriously roast a chicken outside. It is that bad. 8 o'clock in the morning and it was already 100 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we don't go out in the stands. We stay underground until it's dark. And even then, I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with that. Put tarps and covers over our vehicles. I swear, at least it's a little cooler. I assume, but
yeah.
All right. Let me pull up my notes.
as one should. Well, leave off where we left off. Zabi's about to attack Kabuto. And it just so happens that a bunch of debris is about to fall onto Kagami. And basically we see like a quick like spark, but it ends with Zabi like punching Kabuto, and like he ends up demorphing. It's like, ha ha ha, I defeated Kabuto. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best around. Nobody's ever gonna keep me down. I'm the best around. I can't wait. I can't wait to tell Kageyama about this. And then like after he leaves, Kagami's like, Tendo, how could you have been defeated? Like, so how could you do this? My goal is to kill Kabuto. That was my whole point. Like, I'm not here to fight worms. I'm here to destroy Kabuto. Like, that was the whole point of the Shadow Squad. What part of that do you not understand? But I did my job, so and then like Kagami realizes it's like, wait, the only reason. Oh yeah, and turns out Tendo was playing possum the entire time. Even like his belt was smashed, but it's like, yeah, no, I was just playing possum. It's like, wait, why'd you let him beat you then? Oh, because don't worry about it.
He does that a lot in these episodes. I'm like, oh, it's just a flesh wound. I'm like, is it? Is it? Because he just kind of like he walks off, but then he collapses. Like around like, I thought you said this was nothing. What happened? And then obviously you get that phone call about like that no family member wants to get, you know?
Yeah.
That, oh yeah, so and so is in the hospital. And it's like, is he all right? Is he like, he is definitely all right.
Oh yeah.
He's so all right that he's actually palpating the doctor.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, now I understand why people say that this is where it started with the boy love craze for women of these shows. I'm not saying that it, like, you know, that we didn't have some good-looking people in Ryuki or Fies or anything of the sort. You know, we did. Yeah. And I'm not saying that Tendo has done any boy love dramas. He hasn't. I double-checked on that. But the whole, like, in my research of this show, I actually found out that a lot of fans, especially the older ones, were kind of a little bit upset, or like they weren't sure about the actor who did Tendo, because they said he was too good looking.
Really?
There have been Reddit posts and things that have said like that he looked too much like a model, as where everyone before Kabuto.
Excuse me, have you not seen Kenzaki? Have you not seen? Okay, I suppose Kenzaki's the only one that actually looks like a model.
I'm assuming why they said this, because even looking at Tendo and looking at his actor, like seriously, he didn't even audition for this show.
He's just that good.
If the story is to be believed, he actually, you know, from what I gathered from, you know, like chats and parts of Reddit and even YouTube videos, apparently the story is, and this is coming from listening to so many accounts, he was just there. I guess he went with someone who was there. And then the director and producer, they saw him. He was just like sitting there or whatever, not even caring. he is Japanese, but he wasn't raised in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So
he has an air of mystery that we needed for the role.
He literally didn't grow up. He didn't even know what the heck Kamen Rider was. He was just like there, and compared to like everyone else who like young actors, because this is a starting point, obviously, of wanting to be in the show in any way, shape, or form. They just saw him, and they were like, because apparently they couldn't find what they were looking for, but they see this random guy sitting there. And they apparently they were like they relentlessly persuaded him to take the role. He didn't want to originally. I don't again accounts of how they did it or what they offered him. It's just like and then because of that, a lot of people back when and even still they're like, oh, Tendo is too good looking. There's a lot of good looking guys in the show. This is pretty much the shoujo Kamen Rider because all these people look like models. And I say to myself, well, technically every single person who's been in a Kamen Rider series from this point have all been actors and models. Yep. They're trying to branch out of what they've been doing into television or film. What more? I mean, if you're modeling, of course, probably the next step is acting. I don't get why that's a problem. But I mean, this was where like there was a lot of media covering him and all the actors, especially later on first off, we had Show. We had said is Go-On, who is Go-On's gold in 3 years from this point.
Yep. And
then we have Tendo, who he himself was singing, acting, modeling, but this actually launched him into a career, which later he retired and became a chef. And then every other actor, like every other Kamen Rider that will appear in the show, again, models, small singing careers or whatever, they're continuously acting as in other things. So I'm like, so what's the whole thing that everyone in this cast is too pretty? They're not. I get it. It's kind of like those CW shows or any like I'm like, everyone here is too pretty, but Jesus Christ, they are just dumpster fires, aren't they? As for in America or in Japan, it's like, no, they're just too good looking. Now there's a lot of women going to the Kamen Rider diner and obsessing over them. Like, I think that's the point that Toei is trying to do. And God bless them. Believe you me, I had some interesting conversations with some ladies at my time in Japan going there and, wait, why are you a fan of X-Aid? Why are you a fan of Build? Why are you a fan of such and such? And while it is not something you talk about in public in Japan, I later figured out why. And went, so it's not just because they're superheroes. It's because, well, he's pretty or the extra credentials that they have in the show. I'm like, I'm not jealous that Tendo's good looking. We have another good looking green himbo here that I'm like, oh, there he is. There's my man. We only see him slightly for an episode, but I'm like, there he is. There he is. I'm like, no, Tendo's too pretty. Everyone in the show is too pretty. So, I'm not Japanese. I don't know what pretty is in Japan. American standards also vary.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, they're pretty, so good. I'm hoping the show's good. But we'll talk more about pretty people in a minute. Yeah. Next thing you know, Tendo is like making a soup kitchen or feeding the people in the hospital while Show is
and this one nurse keeps trying to make out with him.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
my God. I'm like, yeah, that's what I mean. This all like the nurses, the lady doctors are all just like, there are so many good-looking men in this hospital today. I'm like, wow, thanks. People here are dying. This guy's got his leg in a sling, and that one, I think, it like half of them is on the other bed. But they're not good looking. Oh, but if they were good looking, you'd be taking care of them more.
I mean, that's kind of like something I've noticed in the comments of certain videos. Like, for example, like that one video where Henry Cavill is like geeking out about Warhammer 40K. It's like, it's like, yeah, girl. Like some people actually commented like some people are only excusing him playing Warhammer 40K because he's good looking, but like if he was like shorter and less muscular, like people would think he's a friendless loser. I'm like, girl.
No,
stop.
no. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm like, if indeed there is some celebrity out there, some high, like profile celebrity, and they say that they're a fan. Well, Tom Holland said he was a fan of Power Rangers, and how many people in the comments were like just praising Tom Holland, be like, oh, dude, and girls were like, oh my God, I really like this character from this show. Again, but if me or you were to talk about it like we do right now, we like what we get in the comments, it's like, aren't you guys a little too old to be talking about this crap?
Aren't you a little too old to be judging others on how they enjoy things?
I'm just
what are you in the fourth grade?
Yeah, no, it's like, bro, you guys are obsessed with the reality show that is called Love Island, and there ain't no love there. It's just dumpster fires and like literal napalm all over, and the drama is the fire that engulfs the island. You're not looking for love, you're looking for blood. That's what you guys are obsessed about. Here, though, we're talking about a show with actual meaning and themes.
Yeah.
But do I throw shade your way for loving Love Island? Absolutely not. Not my cup of tea. But I'm like, go enjoy your show. I'm gonna go over here. But the pretty privilege, sad to say, ladies and gentlemen, does exist. But pretty is in the eyes of the person, There's some people I kind of scratch my head and be like, you think she well, hell, people get on me for fucking like keep bringing up Shizuka, for bringing up Reina, and I'm like, or Rena, and I'm like, yeah, kind of weird that that's my Kamen Rider wife, right there. Not Maya, not Miyu, or anyone else.
I'm a Yuri guy myself.
I've nobody. Don't get me wrong. There's some that I know I love her, but it's like it always goes back to Shizuka. And it's like, why? Again, I know why. There's people that obsess over Metan, and I'm like, why? I love her, but goddamn, the poor girl, let her breathe. The poor girl got really screwed up in that show.
Yeah, and there's like people who are like getting upset about like Kiki and Kodo from Gavan Infinity being a possible thing because it was like, no, it should have been me. No, bro, seriously? Like, do I need to pull out the Gooner spray?
I want to ask this question. Is Gavan Infinity done?
Yes. Omega Horn aired its first episode yesterday.
So we're pretty much again, I have not seen it, but from what I can just gather with Megahorn, it's Pokemon meets Monster Hunter, and there was one more that I said.
It's just straight up Monster Hunter based on the monster designs.
Oh yeah, it's like Monster Hunter meets Pokemon because they actually use the monsters, and then it's like, I'm like, wait, what? But apparently these two are connected.
Yeah, just like with Dawn Brothers, Reiji from Gavan Infinity has like this evil counterpart in Omega Horn. We don't know if it's the Reiji, or if it's an alternate universe Reiji who happens to be evil, or a clone, or robot, or a zombie monkey. I don't know. Beast Boy has a whole like whiteboard of them. You know, like Charlie from It's
Yeah,
Always Sunny.
I'm so like I mean I did not watch Gavon Infinity. I'm thinking about watching Great Horn just because I'm like, yeah, the Pokemon Monster Hunter vibes are definitely here. There was something else I did reference, but either or, either or. So, oh, show believes that he beat Kabuto. That he like, of course, we did say he broke the belt, so it shouldn't be fixed or it can't be fixed. And he's talking to his subordinate fanboy over here. That's not Kagami, but you know, Kagami is there regardless.
Yeah, he's talking to Shun.
Yeah, to Shun, and you know, he's just Show. See, this is the problem with Show, and this is like again with so many people, is that bro, unless you find a body or unless you have the trophy that confirms what you've done, don't assume that so and so is dead or gone. That is Show's problem. You know, he literally
even John Wick had to try to pull a Scott Adkins' tooth in the fourth John Wick movie.
Show is he literally is like he's made to be seen like like a superhero, obviously, in these episodes that we covered, that we reviewed. That he is the golden boy, the golden standard, the what's his face from The Boys, the Homelander.
Yeah.
He's that. He's the standard, you know. And so, but you kind of look at Show and you're kind of like, he does his job very half-assedly. If you've noticed. I mean, yes, he gets the job done, but in how he does it, it's very sloppy. It's very, like, it's not like Kabuto that obviously he defeats everything within the clock up.
Yeah.
It's very messy how, and again, the Shadow Squad is the one that does the cleanup. Like, you've never finished off a worm, as far as I could tell, Show. It's usually like you beat them.
If anything, Kabuto's the one that's killing them.
Yeah, you beat them into submission, and then you leave them like just 1% of health, enough for the Shadow Squad to do something. Like, that's not really helping your men. That's more like, I'll give them like the scraps, but I will get the victory. I'm like, no, Show. And especially since you said that you beat Kabuto. And I'm like, you're talking to a guy that has been ordained by heaven. That he is dead. Let me ask you something. When the Romans used the spear and did what they did and, all that stuff, and they verified that Mr. J was dead, did you guys verify that he stayed dead? No, you didn't. It took a while to resurrect because they didn't have any Wi-Fi back in the day. I swear to God, if they had today's technology like that, just an instant res. But, here, Tendo is like, they're like, oh, yeah, no, well, I'm going to head back to headquarters. I'm going to get praised by the people and by the heads. And what does Show see? He sees the line of people getting fed, and there is Tendo feeding the patients his tofu soup, which getting praise, getting like, oh, thank you, Mr. Tendo. You are
godsend.
And what did you say, Show, that you killed this guy? I didn't know the dead served patients in a hospital. He looks pretty alive to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
And look how humble he is. He's going
yeah.
full Skylar from Netflix's One Piece.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah. Remember Skylar? Like he did all the craft service for the entire cast and crew just to prove that he is the Sanji, no last name, just Sanji. We don't talk about his last name or where he came from or who his dad might be.
Yeah, what are you talking, dude? What? The live action? That's spoilers, dude. And besides, who knows if they're even gonna do that?
Yeah, but the point is, he is the Sanji.
Yeah. But yeah, Tendo has just proven to everyone, to Kagami, to Sho, to everybody that you can't kill this guy at all. And that's really not only pissing off Sho, but even the higher ups. Because, well, they've always had faith in the B. But right now it's not looking good. If you're not performing well at your job, well, you're gonna get talked to or worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What else happened in this episode? Let me see.
Yeah. Oh, very important stuff. There's a massive worm outbreak. So much so. By the way, one thing we never mentioned is that one thing I actually do appreciate about the design of the pupa worms is that if you look very carefully, it looks like a human set of hands doing this.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, they were weeping angels before weeping angels were a thing.
Yeah. If you take a good look at the worm design, obviously they make it seem like it's not proper to call it teeth or anything. It's more they're mandibles, obviously. What's the difference? Mandibles are outside. They're not inside, and also the fact, we have teeth. We have teeth. Mandibles are more of an extension of the shell. That if a creature has them, it's like, no, that's not. It's all the same stuff. Teeth are made out of different things. So, yeah, you look at them and it's very creepy. Just like you said, it's like the mandibles are in the shape of hands, look like the weeping angels. And I'm like, dude, these things are, if you take a good look at them, they are very, very disgusting.
Yeah. So 3 of them molt at the same time. So Shadow Squad is getting...
They're busy.
Yeah, like Kageyama is like really focused on fighting. Like, your belt self-healed, yes. Well, good, because 3 worms are attacking. It's like, okay, whatever, because Tendo can fight them, no problem. He can fight 3 of them, no problem. But the thing is, he's a little preoccupied because Zabi is trying to kill Tendo, and it's like you do know your squad mates are being killed. If I don't kill you, then my identity has no person. I'm like, bro, chill out.
See, that's the problem with Sho, is that, again, there is no such thing as perfection. There is no such thing. You can look at a room and it's perfectly done, especially in my type of line of work. If I take a real, now again, I don't care about the small details. I'm like, whatever. But if for some reason something is off, even by an inch, there's always one person that goes off and it's like, it's not perfectly. I'm like, where? Right there. Don't you see? I'm like, are you telling me that not even this much you want to move the table or whatever it is, just and that's why you're blowing up? I promise you, this guy is also, he might have a bathroom schedule. It's 12 o'clock. I got to use the bathroom. Someone's in the bathroom right now. There's only one bathroom.
Oh yeah. Like Fairly Odd Parents is like, Hey, it's 6:13. Timmy always used the bathroom at 6:13.
Yeah, no, but it's like, but if someone's in the bathroom, then I'm pretty sure they're going to be banging on the door or even break the door down. It's my bathroom time. I'm like, show, I mean, it's one thing about how Tendo talks about divine intervention and ordained orders, which again, Tendo, you scare me when you talk like that, you know. But the fact that Joe is literally having a breakdown as he is talking about, like, again, no one's told him, you know your mission, and again, you don't report back until you do it. So technically, no one's on your back, Joe.
Yeah.
But he himself is like just breaking down because he's like, I can't kill you. I've tried. I'm like, and he's the main character. Of course, you're not gonna touch him.
Yeah.
And again,
the lady doth protest too much.
And just like the lady doth, these hands are for you, bitch. Because as again, you don't have a rider kick, but as you're going to do your finishing move, I'm guessing the Zector, I'm guessing they're sentient.
They are basically sentient,
You
but they
know?
only talk in the hyper battle video.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's sentient as like, or like I guess so, because this is Kabuto is before Kiba. I know it's but Kiba actually was an actual sentient belt. The belt, the bee actually removes itself from Sho.
Yeah, you're not worthy. And what's even cooler is how Tendo pretty much knew. It's like, bro, your Zector is about to go AWOL. What? No.
How did you know that? How did you know? It's also like, wait. What do you mean it's about to go AWOL? These are just mechanical insects. Like, I know that, they've had their little dog fights, but I'm like, they're not actual creatures. I don't think they don't have minds or anything. It's just an accessory to access this very similar system that is similar to the enemies we're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the belt or the bee pretty much just removed itself, and Sho is just there like an idiot and like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, Sho, you got disowned.
Yeah.
You got disowned, dude. You literally, I don't know what you did. I mean, but yeah, you got dissed. You got completely like, yeah, later, loser, bye. And well, yeah, we're in a massive shootout with the Shadow Squad and all these worms, and Kabuto does take care of it. But right before all this ends, we do have one scene that actually kind of made me like, what? So someone finds the bracelet that the Zector connects to. And it's probably the most unworthiest person that I could possibly think of in Kamen Rider ever. I'm like, if there was, I know that buys any Orphanok could get the belt. Yeah. And I even like question that. I'm like, dude, that's stupid. Like, so any one of these, like, even if the person doesn't know what they're doing,
Yeah, and again, frustratingly, the only person to use all three belts is Mr.
Yeah. No, I'm not looking. The thing is that Kagami gets the bracelet, and I'm not sure if the belt just chose or the bracelet, the bee chose him. Anyone could have grabbed this thing.
Yeah, but also what's really important is that Kagami, while Sho was just trying to show off for Kageyama-kun, Kagami was actually leading the the Shadow Squad. He's like
Yeah,
telling them, like, guys, focus on this, do this, guys, you need to do this, and like I'm going to sacrifice myself so that you guys have an opening.
Kagami is literally like the audience. He's the young kid, the eyes of the young kids who are watching this show. You know, he's very naive. He's very undecisive of what he's going to do. But I will say though, Kagami's heart and his spirit is in the right place. That he himself is like, we're here to fight the worms and to protect the people. Which, again, that, I mean, you would expect the Kamen Rider to say that, not the secondary character. But since that's not what our Kamen Rider would necessarily say or do, we have Kagami. That. Yeah. And so when the bee accepts him and gets it, I'm like, you are not worthy, young man. I don't know why it chose you, or even if it did, because you just found the damn bracelet and put it on. You know?
Well, think of it this way. If one of the other Shadow Troopers picked up the bracelet, the bee would probably not choose them. Well, it just so happens the one that it chose happens to be holding it. But also, like, if you think about it, that's kind of how fate works. It's like the person that was meant to use the Zector would be the one who coincidentally happens to get the Zector brace. I mean, just look at Kabuto, like Tendo. He just happens to have the Kabuto Zector. I mean, obviously we know why, but yeah, no, he happens to have it.
I mean, the thing is that, like, again, it makes me question these belts because we're just made to believe it's just hardware. It's just, you know.
But somehow it can self-heal.
Yeah, but somehow it can self-heal. And also the fact that, again, Kagami has the original belt that would be Tendo's belt later on, then given to him retroactively. But when summoning the Kabuto Zector, it didn't go to Kagami, it went to Tendo. As to why, because I'm like, it's the same hardware. It's like, well, it's like one of those smart cars. It'll park in its same spot or in the designated spot that it's put there. Why did it go to this spot that it's not designated to? Is the thing sentient?
I can actually answer that because I know someone that owns a Tesla. Say what you will about the car, say what you will about certain someone. But like I know, but I actually do know how they work. It's like person, like the car's actually registered to a specific person, and the dealership actually gives you like what looks like a credit card, and like basically,
oh yeah, I know
and like basically the car won't even open unless the card itself is near the actual car.
Yeah, I've driven one, and that was, I mean, the fact that I don't have an ignition or like a key slot for my truck. You know how hard it was to get into a car and be like, you know, oh yeah. Now I just push, and that's it.
Yeah. Even just the push ignition, it feels weird to me, even though that technology is like more than 10 years old. It's like no. See, like my dad, like he runs a body shop, so every now and then, you know, to make some extra side cash, like I help like move cars around, like with like, like car rental places, because like they're clients and stuff. So I've driven a lot of different cars, even if it's only for like 2 miles tops per car. But like I'll say this one thing that I really hate about Tesla cars. I mean, like everyone has their reasons, but like as far as like the mechanical aspect, it's like the braking is too strong. It's like if you drive like say like a Honda Civic or a Mercury Grand Marquis, it's like you feel the braking like happen over like a certain amount of time because it's acceleration, right? But the rate at which like when you like let go of the, like, let's say you're not pushing down on the brakes, you're just You're just letting go of the accelerator. A car slows down over a certain rate.
I know. It pretty much.
But a Tesla car, it slows down way faster than what I'm naturally used to. So like that's why I hate. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have ever driven a new car or even put in new brake, right?
Yeah.
To a car, you know, and you just touch, they usually say, "Oh, just your big toe or whatever." Just it's because it stops. But Tesla's is like, bro, all you got to do is breathe on it. You don't even need to touch the damn brake. But anyway, we were talking about brakes. Now we're
Kagami, like he becomes Zubby, and he actually kicks butts, and he defeats the worms, and he saves the Shadow Squad.
Yeah, that leads into episode 10. Yeah, we leave the bees' insanity. That was the name of this episode, and then we go into "I'm not your friend." If this was Chowder, it'd be "I'm not your girlfriend."
I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend.
We should have gotten that clip for Kiva back in the day.
Yeah, seriously. But it wouldn't work. But it wouldn't work because it's like, if anything, it's like, I'm not your girlfriend. It's like there's no relate. Maybe Nago would say to Megumi. No, but there's like there's no other instance in Kiva where a girl gets rejected by a guy.
No, but we would do it for Miyu and Taiga. Like, it's not the
Taiga wants her though.
It's the fact that it's not him saying it to her, it's her saying it to him because, I don't want to, I'm not your girlfriend, but I'm gonna be your brother's girlfriend. Which I'm like, Miss Haga, I love you, honey, I do, but I hated Mio so bad.
Yeah, we love Mari.
We love Mari.
That one scene.
Although I'm not too happy with that, with Paradise Regained. I'm like, can we not? There's no need for this, and I don't need to see some guy's fan fiction of both a dog and a cat getting together.
But especially anthropomorphic with vines everywhere.
If you want to hear me rant about that, which apparently that video has gotten a lot of views, and a lot of people have been like, "Bro, you just went off on Mari and
here's the thing. Well, funny you say that, because back in our audio only podcast when we were doing all the Transformers movie at the time, it's like Leo challenged me to summarize the entire plot of Transformers 4 in 20 minutes. And I'm actually doing 13 and a half minutes. And I dedicated 3 to 5 of those 13 and a half minutes just to one specific scene. And you know which scene I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's like, technically, I could have summarized the entire film in 10 minutes if I just ignored that scene. But the thing is, if Michael Bay is going to put that much time into that scene, I'm going to put that much time into that scene. Criticizing it, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as we said, this episode is called I'm Not Your Friend.
I'm just your friend.
And the thing is about this is that, yes, the whole Kagami turning into the bee leads into this episode, because within before the credits roll, we see him defeat everyone and then casts off and does everything. And obviously we see Sho there just laid out, his ass is kicked. And again, I don't think he knew or whatever, because the Shadow Troopers pretty much cover him and protect him. And once he sees the bee, it's like, wait, what? Who's wearing it? Who's that? And imagine. I don't know what Tendo's training has gone through, what he did to get the belt. In fact, me, because I've never seen this show, but I've only seen clips of it, I'm like, wait a minute, Show can't be the B. He can't be the B because isn't he but that's going to be explained later. And now I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah. And so can you imagine, like, whatever it is, whatever you put yourself through, like you went through CrossFit, cross country, you weightlifted, you did all this stuff to become the rider, whatever it is, whatever credentials you need. And you see the kid behind, you see Jamie Foxx. Oh no, I'm sorry. What's his face from Malibu's Most Wanted?
Don't remember.
It's Jamie something. It's Jamie Kennedy or something like that.
Jamie Kennedy was the guy from Son of the Mask and from Scream 1 and 2.
Yeah, there it is.
Video footage of
Yeah, that's it.
I met him, by the way.
Very nice guy. I met him too. Very lovely guy. Yeah. Or let's put it to people that they would probably know. If you saw Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, if you saw the man, the myth, the legend that is, and I'm forgetting his name now. I don't know why I'm blanking out. Is it Matthew Willard? Is that it?
I think so. Matthew Lillard, yeah.
Yeah. Imagine seeing that level of person, come out of the armor. I'm not dissing them. I'm not saying, imagine the goofball, the person, again, the behind the scenes guy that you never paid much attention to. And he's the one, or they are the one that is now the hero. But you were the hero. I'm good looking. I'm like, yeah, but anyway, before the credits start, Kagami does what, again, I was like, if he doesn't, I that's not Kagami. He literally fanboys that he is now the B.
Of course he would.
Of course he would. And why wouldn't he? Because of that.
Why wouldn't he? He's been dying to be Kabuto since day one.
Yeah, so he didn't get Kabuto, but you literally got the best looking suit in the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
Best
looking masked form in the show.
I will say, the B is probably the better looking armor or, cast off in the entire show compared to everyone else. Oh yeah, everyone else is interesting, but I'm like, if you're talking about the B is literally like, dude, that's metal as fuck, dude. But yeah, let's fast forward the credits. Show is not happy. He's not happy. No. I know he's not, because he actually goes to the French pastry shop where Hiyori is, and also the fact that
Bistro Sae,
and he's cooking for Tendo as a way to apologize, but also to submit his loss. Which, again, BSMA, he doesn't accept it, and why would he? I wouldn't. But the fact that this kid is now the main focus and he's not, I think that's what's mostly damaging to Show more than anything.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It is. But of course, Tendo is not that type of guy to just, rub it in. It's like, no, you already know. You know what's up. You know what happened. I don't need to say it, and there's no need to say it. But I offer you a parting gift.
Yeah.
I offer you the other half of the extra firm tofu, so you can go home and make mamba curry for yourself, because I know you're gonna need it. And of course, Q reluctantly accepts. Now let us go behind the scenes, where we see a certain elderly gentleman and a certain handsome green himbo commenting that we lost one B, but we have another. But if a bee cannot sing, what use is it?
Yeah, unfortunately, we come to the grim realization that what's his name? Kageyama walks up to Kagami. He's like, "Oh my god, Kagami, you're super special, awesome, chocolate colored Mega Fudge Super Rider. And because you're Sabi, you're now the leader of the Shadow Squad. I will follow you to the ends of the earth.
What?
And your goal is to destroy Kabuto." What? Yeah. Yeah, the whole point of the Shadow Squad is to destroy Kabuto. And since you're a bee, that means you're its leader, and you have to do that now.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, Kagami is so like, I'm finally a Kamen Rider. I'm like, okay, great, cool, right on.
But you know what that means, though.
You do realize what that means, right? And he's like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Seriously, what? Are you kidding me? Kagami, what have we been doing for like the past couple episodes? What has Sector been telling the bee to do? And you think that's not going to be thrown on you? You think that, oh, that's not a message or an order that they're going to give you, because they do call you.
Mm-hmm.
They do tell you just like more commonly in Zets, it's like instead of telling you in English, they're telling you in Japanese, your mission, kill Kabuto. And it's like, what? But if he joins us, if he's like, your orders are given, man. You are not to question it. You are not to say anything. You are to do it. But he's my friend, though. That's your mission. And they just hang up on him. Yeah. Seriously, Kagami, what did you think you were gonna do? You're not secondary rider material. You know? Not even Show was. So now he's torn because he doesn't want to fight his friend. Okay. I get that. But as we all know, Tendo is not that simple of a guy. He's not.
Yeah.
Because he even knew the minute it's like, Kagami's like, I'm going to throw a party and we're going to celebrate because I'm a Kamen Rider. Tendo already knew, okay, well, if Sho tried to kill me, then Kagami will most likely try. And he's been telling Kagami this through the whole episode. What did you think you were going to do? That we were going to be like, the dynamic duo that they've been trying to kill me. And yet you think just because now you're the bee, that changes? But I'm the bee, though. Yeah, it doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah, and what do you think it means to be the bee?
Or any rider for Sector. That's your mission. That's your mission. That's your prerogative. It's been that way since day one. Hell, even your supervisors and Misaki tell you that. Like, what did you think you were gonna do? Well, I thought I was gonna partner up with him and be like, we're
gonna be bestest buddies, like the double decker couch and whatnot.
We'd be like Hongo and Ichimonji.
Yeah, bro, I was gonna be his second rider.
What show are you watching, dude? Seriously. Hell, it even is one thing that, in this episode, we also get to see Kagami's dad. Which it's kind of crazy that even Hiyori knows who he is. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, yeah, this guy is giving off like massive, like, disappointing Asian father vibes.
Yeah.
Like, the whole that whole thing of like, wait, you got A, why not A+? Like that's just kind of what he gives off. And it's just like, it's creepy how he talks to Hiyori and to Tendo. But again, realizing like, yeah, this is the guy. This is this is where he hang out. Okay, all right. And you're not gonna do anything, Daddy. You're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna call in the Shadow Squad or whatever. You just please look after my son.
Yeah, he's stupid, but I love him.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like it. Maybe like does your dad love you? Yeah,
Daddy,
but he loves his
Daddy wasn't there.
but he loves his belts more than me. Oh,
Yeah,
no, that's not true, dude. No, dude,
Very
I have
clever. Now, who has my father? Uh-oh. Someone has some daddy issues. Nothing could be my father from the truth. Who? You said my father. No, I didn't. How? Did not. Shabba! For me, this is a dad issue. Dad issue! Dad! Did me dad! Oh. Daddy didn't love me!
Yeah, no, he literally has a birthday card that his dad wrote to him. I love you, son, but I love my belt more.
yeah.
And that's pretty much like that in a nutshell. Obviously, throughout the episode, there is a conflicting notion because Kagami obviously is to represent the children and the people watching that, oh, we're friends, we're this. But again, that's the thing about Kabuto that, again, we were changing it up here. We're not friends, Kagami. There's something that I just don't like about you because, and that's why we're not friends.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that one thing, maybe we could be friends. But the fact is, you're indecisive because you want to do something, you yearn to do something, and then when you get it, you think that's it. You don't realize what it is you signed up for. You don't realize what it is that you have put yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong, Kagami. He's not wrong. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's almost like, again, your orders are, but you're gonna go against them because he's your friend. But yeah, no, Tendo is not that way. He knows that he has to beat you or to stop you because you're gonna try to take from him, and if it's not you, it's gonna be someone else. And this whole thing about like, oh, we're friends and whatnot, they do have a little battle, obviously, towards the end because, well, that's what you do.
Yeah, like they're in a cramped space with worms and stuff, and like Kabuto's like, hey, Kagami, since you're the bee, you do have to fight me. Like, it is your prerogative. But I don't want to fight you tonight. Listen, man, they're gonna kill you if you don't fight me, man. It's like Pit Nation. It's like, at this point, you're legally required to fight me.
Yeah.
And then Kagami does an interesting tactic. I don't want to be Zabi anymore.
Yeah, is it so crazy that he did that? No, that's actually proper because he does do the final strike and it does land. I mean, that's the Tendo is literally just a masochist. He took the full blunt of the impact of that attack. We see the wound, but he just walks off like what even? And it's like, yeah.
In the words of Golda Meir, his love for Tendo is stronger than his hate for not being a Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know if this is a good indication of like growing up or anything, but I mean, it probably has some aspects of it. You got to realize, what is it that you want? What is it like? Is it about you changing who you are and what, like, it would have been something if Kagami became the bee and then just decided to be a murderous asshole towards Tendo. But in the eyes of everyone, that's what you're supposed to do and supposed to be. But Tendo was like, oh no, Kagami was like, fuck it. I would rather be a spineless nobody than to kill my friend.
Which ironically took more spine.
Yeah, but again, everyone else, all the shadow troopers, everyone else, they look at him as a disappointment. They're like, no, well, fuck them, dude. They just wanted to kill the guy, and that was their whole point. That's their
they were just too useless without a leader.
Yeah, like no, seriously, without the B, they're like, oh, whatever. And it's like how quickly these guys changed from Sho to Kagami. So it's like they're pathetic, dude. They're sheep. They get led around. They don't care who it is.
They're drones.
Yeah, as much as ants really are just drones. So
or bees for that matter.
So whatever, And obviously, yeah, that's pretty much it for the episode because we just that's about it. I know some might be asking, hey, so where's Hiyori? Where's Juka? They're here. It's just they're not really doing much. It's the same thing with Misaki and even our former supervisor. Oh, they're here. It's just we're really focusing on just the Kamen Riders right now, which that is the premise of the show.
Yeah.
So, I know we had very heavy side character stories last week. Right now, we are mainly focusing on the main characters now, which is how it should be. Although, one thing that did stick out in this episode, and it was hinted at in the first episode, is that Hiyori is having flashbacks about what happened in Shibuya. And she did see someone with
Kabuto Zector.
Yeah, with a Kabuto Zector. As to what or how, she doesn't know. But because Kagami became the Bee, the question was brought up. So, because she's like, I remember that belt. I remember like something about it, this and this and that, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, but you're telling me that Kagami is now one of these things. It's like, yeah.
And and she does. Oh yeah, and she did catch Kagami in possession of Tendo's bag, which had the belt in it.
And her reaction is like, okay, again, I want to know just first off, not well, I wouldn't say prototype. It's pretty much a mass-produced forum at this point in time. What our Japanese Raven over here is so mad and pissed off at Kagami about.
Funny you would ask that. You're going to find out in the next batch of episodes.
Because the thing is that Tendo asks, so you remember the belt and Kagami, so what if it was Kagami or whatever, like, what if he has, like, maybe that's a memory. If it is, I won't forgive him. I'm like, but if it was anyone else, you would be like, Band?
Whatever.
So what did Kagami do? What exactly is your beef with him? I mean, I'm not defending the kid. I'm just like, so, my dear raven-haired beauty, what is the beef between you and Kagami? What exactly is it that just is like your whole Autry Plaza attitude toward Kagami? What is it? What happened? Mm-hmm. Or is it even him? Is there something more you're not telling us? But regardless, again, she just, even the thought of Kagami being in her memories was enough for her to destroy one of her precious drawings that she did. And a very good one at that.
Yeah, it's one of her better works.
Yeah, it's like there was so much detail. She just, like, the minute you just mentioned Kagami, she just, like, tore the thing apart. I'm like
Jeebus.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry I brought it up.
Mhm.
That's like saying that Superman is Clark Kent and you hate Clark Kent. All right. So we
Well, Lex Luthor would.
would because he's just an egomaniac.
Yeah,
Let's see.
he's on that haterade.
Yeah, let's see here. We're on the
Le-
11th episode called The Burning Goken. And, well, as the last episode wrapped up, we did notice a certain sector flying around.
It looked like a dragonfly, and we see a mysterious man with a little girl.
There's a little girl on an overpass, and we're like, wait. Well, first off, we didn't even know it was a little girl. We just see a girl, and we're like, but there are no lady Kamen Riders in this show. Well, no, it's not her. It's the guy next to her that gets this dragonfly on his finger, and just like, all right. So we have we start off in the slums of Shibuya.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I don't know. I mean, I assume, but I dare say, if anyone has any commentary, please let me know. There is a woman convulsing on the ground, like, kind of going into some type of anaphylactic shock or something. And this old geezer is just telling the young girl, "Oh, do you know her? Do you no, I don't know her. Then you should just leave her. She's not fit for this world. This world is only for the strong, and for that we just give her respects and let her go." And I'm like,
yeah,
she's dying. Yeah. Okay. And I see this guy walk up, and he's got a guitar case and everything, and I'm like, again, I didn't take a good look, but I kind of was like, wait, is this guy a doctor or something? Is he gonna save her? Is he gonna, maybe she just needs some insulin or something? I didn't take a good look into the guitar case. I didn't. All we saw was him pull out an alcohol wipe and clean her face, and I thought to myself, oh, she stopped convulsing. She's fine. I had to go back, Mike, and rewatch that scene again because I was like, wait, what? Because, oh no, he cleaned her up. He cleaned her up, gave her like makeup, but her hands were still laced and over her chest.
Yeah, basically, he wanted her to give her like a pretty burial.
I thought he was a doctor. No,
Nope.
he literally
he's a makeup artist.
He's an undertaker. He literally just presented her pretty. I'm like, no, she's dead. He pretty much did what most embalmers, what most funeral directors do for bodies, is he prepped the body.
Undertakers.
Yeah, for death. And I'm like, okay, this is possibly the most morbid, the most metal as hell intro to a character that could possibly be seen.
Nice contrast to just, I want to be like the wind. I want to be free. I want to be like the wind. And then just like getting gunned down without doing a thing about it.
I'm like, I thought he saved her. No, she died and he just prepped the body. That's it. I'm like, wow. So that's how we're introduced to this character.
Yeah.
All right. Cue the credits. And we just noticed that, yeah, there is a little girl with him named Gon.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's a fan of Tagashi.
So basically they were in Meteor City just now.
I mean,
literally.
I mean, Shibuya pretty much is Meteor City at this point. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, yeah. If you see a bunch of random cosplayers outside with spider tattoos, I would recommend you stay away. Or
they might be worms or the Phantom Troop. or both.
But yeah, we see this young girl named Gon for some reason. I didn't know Gon was a multi-purpose name like Michelle or Kelly.
Yeah. It's like, my name's Marion Mosby. It's like, I didn't know Marion was a man, so it isn't.
It's like, yeah, no. For those who don't know, did you know that the names Audrey and Ashley are unisex names? Those were originally guy names.
Yeah.
And then for some reason just became girl names, but there are still people to this day who are named Ashley or Aubrey.
Yeah. Marion, sir, you are under arrest. I've been looking everywhere for you. I didn't know Marion was the guy's name. It ain't.
It's kind of
Man, I love that movie.
I give a shout out to him, and I did know him, not personally, but I did know him, and it was a great loss for us. Was to the late Leslie Jordan. If everyone knows who that is, he played Beverly Leslie on Will and Grace, that very southern gay charm type of person, and I'm just like, is your name really Leslie? Well, of course it is, darling. He even showed me his ID, and I'm like, okay.
So you know what's really interesting is that halfway in terms of studio albums, halfway into their run, Fleetwood Mac introduced 2 new members into their band, a man named Leslie and a woman named Stevie.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Like, so again, what is for my name? It's like, no, you put Stevie, that's a girl's name. Do people call me that sometimes? Yeah, doesn't really matter, but it's like, no, I can see how you would think it's Stephanie is the female version of my name. It's like, no, it's Stevie. So anyway.
I mean, Stephanie would be the female version if it was Steven with a PH.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But so, yes, we have a little girl.
So Kagami's like, hey, so Tendo, now that I'm not Zabi anymore, we can be friends. Bro, I was never your friend. You should have stayed Zabi. You were cooler that way.
Yeah, what the hell? What happened to you, man?
But Tendo, I don't care. Look, man, I'm out of here.
It's like, but he's still friends with Hiyori. Yeah, he's still friends with Hiyori. What the hell has she done? I'll tell you, nothing. Hiyori has done nothing these episodes. She's just there. It's like, well, why can't you be mad at Juka? She hasn't done anything. Literally, she has not done anything.
Wrong. She hasn't done anything wrong.
They've just been there. Juka's eating her food, and Hiyori is just being Hiyori. It's like you though, Kagami.
I'll make it simpler. Juka has a personality.
Like you literally, you have been a fanboy, an annoying fanboy for 2 episodes. So whatever, the salt is on you now. But regardless, okay. So
yeah. So Gon and Daisuke are like hanging out in a playground, and Gon's like, hey, I see a hostage situation. Is the hostage a woman? No, it's a dude. I don't care. Wait, he just changed hostages. It's a woman now. Okay, better do my thing. And so like the dude drives up in a car. We see one of the coolest things ever. He throws a bunch of brushes at a perpendicular angle such that they manage to go through the car window. By the way, why is the window open? Dude, seriously. And it hits the dude in the eyes where it's like the glasses are like holding the brushes there. He's like, nah.
I want to know this, okay? And again, so these 2 are at a park chilling out, and there's a hostage situation at an arcade. Now, again, take what the word arcade can mean many things in Japan, even in America. But typically you would think, wait, an arcade like video game? No, it could be a pachinko parlor or whatever, But this guy has like an entire like wad of cash and he's smelling it. I'm like, who's driving? No, seriously, who's driving if you're there like just whiffing all that money? Which,
Yeah.
tell me if I'm wrong. Was that American currency that he had?
Probably not. I'd have to rewind, but I doubt.
Like dollar bills. I'm like, we're not in America. Oh, again, I could be wrong. I mean, it could be 500 yen bills, but I'm like, you literally have a stack of 500 yen bills, which would roughly accumulate to like maybe $200. And you have a hostage.
Yeah.
Bro, I wouldn't even kill anyone for $200, let alone kidnap them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, you're right. Daisuke, our boy's name is Daisuke.
No, they're yen. I just checked. I just freeze framed. Yeah, it's the Japanese yen.
That look like dollar bills from a week. Yeah. But again, the dollar pretty strong and was still strong back then over in Japan.
Yeah.
But regardless. Yeah, Daisuke stops him by the power of brushes.
Yeah.
And again, this is before I realized who Daisuke was. Again, I did not pay close attention to his guitar case, which has no guitar. But it's like, wait, he stops the guy, knocks him out, gets the girl, but of course the girl is obviously like in love with Daisuke because again, she was just saved. But I didn't realize that.
Daisuke may as well have that Duke Devlin thing where Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake plays it in the background. Bum, 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 bum. Love me, won't you? Warning, this episode contains copious amounts of Daisuke. Women with heart conditions are advised not to look directly at Daisuke. And this also includes women without heart conditions, because he is very pretty. See how pretty he is? I want to run my hands through his hair, and I'm just a voice. Anyways, back to your kids' show.
Yeah, so I mean the thing was I didn't really realize. So the girl that was taken was an employee of the arcade. And then again, just completely like, oh my god, like I've been saved. But as Daisuke pulls her out of the car, literally carries her out, and then puts her outside. And again, she had her hair pulled back, typical like working hairstyle. Now she's got curls and a very like fashionable hairstyle and makeup. And I'm like, oh, she's very pretty. I don't remember her looking like that when she was taken hostage. Again, my mind did not process what the hell just happened until like finally, oh, okay, whatever. Let us move on from that. The girl's safe. She's fine.
So what is a running joke here is that Gon is just standing outside of an enclosed space while Daisuke is inside the closed space putting on makeup on some girl, and of course you don't see him putting on the makeup, and because of just the way she's standing outside of the door, like there's a cheeky joke that could be made from this. I'm not going to explain the joke, but I will say if you've seen the movie You Don't Mess with the Zohan, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I want to cut style hair and make the world silky smooth. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know.
Yeah.
So and that's the dynamic of Gon and Daisuke as to why the pairing exists. I can't really.
I'm just gonna put it like this.
I want
to Omega years ago. I would say almost. Well, no, it was like 2019. I would say it was like 2010 to 2011 when he made that video. Top 10 WTFs of Kamen Rider, and yes, a Daisuke being paired up with Gon is on that list.
I mean, this is probably digging in too deep, but I mean, Daisuke for what he is, his skills are really unmatched. He really is something, and especially being paired with a dragonfly, despite what you might think, a dragonfly is actually an apex predator in the insect world. Despite what it looks like, you wouldn't. Oh, no.
It's not an apex predator, but it is a tertiary predator.
You do not mess with the dragonfly like that. That's how if you're a bug, it doesn't matter what kind of bug. The dragonfly, literally, again, not to be messed with. But
by the way, fun fact: right now, it's mating seasons for dragonflies. Like as we are doing this episode right now.
Yeah. It's literally it's hot outside, and so be the dragonflies.
Yeah, if you go to some marshes like the one in Griffith Park, you're gonna see some dragonflies do a courtship dance.
You're seeing a lot of them get down. So
yeah, it's actually kind of interesting the way they do it because first they actually do an actual like airborne dance because like they're flying around, but they're basically dancing. It's like Butterfree from that episode of Pokemon, basically their abdomen attached to each other, like like they're docking and whatnot. It's kind of really interesting. But then they slowly go underwater, and then they lay their fertilized eggs inside the water. It's really interesting because a lot of people don't realize that dragonflies are actually well, they're not amphibians, but by the mechanical definition of amphibian, dragonflies are amphibious insects.
They're semi-aquatic.
Yeah.
My only thing that I can reference Daisuke and Gon right now is probably the Legend of the Kenpachi. Because
or Lone Wolf and Cub.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what Lone Wolf and Cub is the Legend of the Kenpachi, because it's like there is a powerful, strong, very skilled person, whatever that is. Again, I'm not talking about a swordsman or what, but for some reason there is either a baby, a child, or a puppy with this person, and it's kind of like everyone around like, what? Like this top a person of amazing skill and fortitude, you would imagine, is a lone wolf or whatever. No. Random child, random puppy or dog or whatever. The best comparison is, again, Kenpachi from Bleach. Why does he have a little girl with him? Why? That's weird. That's no, it's an old folklore that I guess for me, just my guess is that they're using here, because there's no other reason why this little girl Gon should even be with Daisuke, unless like Daisuke's helping her with something, which
he is,
but we're not really brought up a lot in this episode,
Yeah.
But yes.
So there's a worm that's hunting after women. It identifies as being beautiful. And wouldn't you know it, Daisuke is in the business of making women look beautiful.
Yeah, before we got into that, apparently Kagami was part of a group date. But apparently his bros didn't make it, and so he decided to take Tendo with him. And I'm like, well,
yeah. So in Japanese culture, there's this thing called Gokon Party, and we've discussed this when we reviewed Kiva, where basically you get like a group of single dudes and a group of single women. They're like usually the women are all friends with each other and the dudes are all friends with each other. They go to have dinner together, they chat it up, and hopefully, they mix and mingle, and hopefully conversation leads to chemistry and whatnot. Sadly for Ricky, it did not work out but somehow it worked out for Wataru and Mio. But yeah, that is a thing.
like, yeah. I have heard of these, and I have never actually seen them. But in a way, it's kind of good because that usually those happen for people like this seems a bit desperate. Well, what I've been told in Japan by many Japanese that's kind of like, bro, you can't get a date, so we have to literally make shift a date. Hopefully
Yeah.
something happens. Oh, well, okay. But
Well, it's even Bobo had a Gokon gag.
yeah, they did.
Yeah, where Don Patch and Bobo had to fill in for that one member of the for the hair hunt dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So Daisuke is like is making these women look pretty,
But
what
is Daisuke doing on this boat? If this is supposed to be a date boat, what the hell are you doing on said boat? That makes no sense. It's not like a passenger ship or anything.
Yeah.
It's just there with gold, and it's just like, for some reason, but of course, we got to have a little bit of comedy here. Tendo is not too happy with the food because apparently it's not seasoned properly. And I'm
no, Tendo, he's very picky with this food because
yeah. He's it's like, God damn it, if you gotta do something, you gotta do it yourself. I'm like, yeah. It was even so much that even the boat driver was like,
hey, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm making food. Oh, okay.
And it's like, what, you want some? I don't know if you cook the food, sir, but I mean, like, this is how it's supposed to taste. And it's like, wow, okay. Now again, I kind of got confused a little bit because I forgot we have 4 girls on this boat. 4 girls.
But only 3 guys.
Yeah, that's fine. So it's only down to Kagami and Tendo, and then out of nowhere, here comes Daisuke. And this is where I realized what's inside his guitar case. Again, I thought, hey, might be a doctor, might be no. He's a beautician.
Yeah. I mean they showed the contents when he undertook that one dead girl in the beginning of the episode.
Look at the briefcase. I'm like, oh yeah, he pulled out some alcohol wipes and maybe given her some like a whiff of morphine or something. I don't know, but I was like, there is literally palettes. There's color palettes and makeup brushes. And like, you're a beautician. Yeah. Not a doctor. No. So you didn't help. I did help the girl in the first minute of this episode. Just, she was gonna die regardless, so I might as well make her look pretty before she died. I'm like, wow. So she's dead. Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
But I made her look pretty though. But okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, yeah, apparently he just goes like, I don't know. I have no idea. Again, the pretty privilege here. If you're gonna tell a girl that, like, you have the wrong makeup on and she's the one that did it, you gotta have some balls to say that, man. You really do. But he does actually get these girls like, be it au naturel and less is more, and pain is beauty and all that jargon. So it's like, okay. And of course, little Gon is just wandering about and she finds a body. Now, again, I was like under the assumption that maybe this was the captain of the boat or something, or because I didn't suspect. I'm like, wait, why am I not suspecting it's one of the girls? There's no, all we see is black shoes and gray pants.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't think the boat captain he was wearing just standard boat captain attire. I don't know if he had gray pants. But the fact that it's like, wait, it's one of the girls. Bro, did we just kill some random woman well, I mean, this technically is a horror series too, because they're killing you. Anyone's fair game here. And
Yeah.
it turns out that one of the girls was actually a hideous fly monster. And talk about hideous. My God. I'm like, sir, how much do I pay you not to look at me? But yeah, we wind up exiting the boat and running away. And I'm like, wait, it's normally not that simple, is it?
No.
No. Let me guess. The other girls are worms too. Yeah, because their face cracks like a porcelain mask and revealing that they are the larval forms of the worms. I'm like, all right. Now what do we do? Well, we got to do what we have to do. But again, it's Kagami, Daisuke, and Golem. Tendo is over here fighting the fly, but a certain dragonfly shows up.
Yep.
And
we finally get to, so all three girls actually were worms. And yes. And it was like, I love the slow-mo scene where like Gon is actually like looking up and she could actually see the dragonfly Zector, the Drake Zector. And yes, Drake is a reference not only to like land dragons, but also like Drake is a play on words because the Dre part comes from dragonfly and the rake part comes from the word break because like, you know, like break gun, you know, and it's a dragonfly gun. So Drake, just like how sword, which we'll see later on, is Sasori sword, Sasword. Kuwagata attack, gata attack, gatak, kick, hopper, kick hopper, punch, hopper, punch hopper.
Yeah. That's gonna be. We'll have a return guest on that one later. Yeah. But yeah, we end that episode with the transformation of Kamen Rider Drake, and revealing his cast on form. And then we go into the final episode. The makeup.
Yeah, so Drake, last time I mentioned how I only liked 2 of the masked forms that we see in the show. Drake is the other one. And the main reason why I like this one is because it looks like he's wearing scuba gear. Like it's got that like
it's got the Eternal Joe type of pipes that are coming from the face, and I'm like, there's no oxygen tank, so what are those things attached to?
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, maybe the oxygen tank is on his shoulder.
I don't know, but yeah, we do see it, and obviously the transformation device for this, we had a bracelet for the bee, and this is just a magnum gun.
Yeah, he's got like a gun break, and then when the dragonfly attaches to it, it basically looks like a crossbow.
Yeah, so it is a long range weapon transformation, which I think is this the first time we are using an actual gun as a transformation gimmick in Kamen Rider?
As the transforming device?
As a transforming device. Like, you know, I know, like, you know, everyone.
Yeah, because everything from Showa's belt, Kugo belt, Agito belt, Ryuki belt, Faizo belt,
belt.
6 belts and a biological process. Then you have like tuning forks, whistles, and wristbands.
Yeah, I think Drake is possibly the first
gun transform, like first rider to use a gun to transform.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, right there, it's a first. We have a firearm transformation, and of course, Drake makes quick work of the worms. They do defeat the fly, but it's this is a thing. So it is true that this is a Zect Kamen Rider, but technically Daisuke doesn't seem to be like show that he's connected to, like to the organization. He seems more like a freelance like agent.
Yeah.
He's not about the company. He's like, no, well, they call me like if this and this and that. We even get the whole little side conversation for a couple of seconds of Kagami's dad and our favorite green blue-eyed himbo talking about how they have to go into outside means to take care of Kabuto.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, so you guys have mercenaries now.
Mm.
Why do you need Kabuto then if you already have so many riders? What exactly is the purpose? We'll have to wait to figure that out. But yeah, throughout the whole episode, we just focus on Daisuke and Gon, and more on Daisuke for who he is as a character. He is a beautician. He makes a lot of makeup, a lot of girls, and even our Kagami into very handsome, beautiful people.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a skill for that. Now, how does this translate into being a mercenary for a secret organization? I don't know. But yeah.
Like it's never made clear whether Zach personally chose him and why. He just has the Drake break.
Yeah, it's like if you guys are so pissed off about
Kendo, why are you not pissed about Drake?
Yeah, why aren't you going after him then? It's like, well, or why aren't you offering? Well, no, you guys kind of did offer Tendo to be a part of the organization, but he turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Drake didn't. Maybe just is.
He does need the money for his makeup.
Yeah, it ain't cheap. Makeup is not cheap, ladies and gentlemen. It's even so much that he says that he can make any woman beautiful. And I say, how so? What exactly are your standards, your credentials, your what makes it so that you can make any woman beautiful? Let me go to
awesome. That's what.
Let me go to an all-women's wrestling gym and turn these girls into queens.
Very comedically, we don't see what happens in the room. We just see going and waiting outside. I'm like,
we see a flash of pink, and Daisuke does his work on female wrestlers and even Yankees. Yeah. Did you forget? Yankees may have been an 80s thing, but they still exist to this day.
Mm-hmm.
There are lady gangs out there. And Daisuke makes these girls go from baddies to ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, as they say, less is more. I don't get, especially today, how you cake on so much and you still, the only attention you get is like, girl, why? Either or, Daisuke has a gift. He is. I really don't get why he's a Kamen Rider of all things, but hell, we've had weirder people be suited up for him. Anyway, yeah, the whole time, obviously, there can only be one pretty boy in this show, and it's not Daisuke, it's Tendo.
No.
But again, Tendo, again, you scare me, man, when you talk this way. You start talking about philosophy and how beauty is skin deep and everything, and it's kind of like you're not really doing much to change these girls. You're just changing them from the outside, not the inside. And rightfully so, because that fly that we thought died in the last episode? No, he's still here. And this is like the second time that that Daisuke has fallen for this trick.
Mhm.
Also, the nasty fly just loves to get its lashes trimmed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the episode, not much in terms of story goes down. Like, we're just wrapping up the loose ends of the last episode. Obviously, having Kabuto and Drake team up in a way, not necessarily fighting against each other, but it asks the question, okay, so if Drake is not necessarily here to kill Kabuto, then why the hell does he have the brace? Why does he have all that? And why is he even here?
Yeah. But yeah, there is, so that worm is trying to kill women. And by the way he runs around in that one parking garage is very creepy. So they got a bunch of women lured out into a park in order to lure out the worm itself. But like with this whole army of worms, it's like good opportunity to take them all out. So yeah, the two of them do transform. We finally see him we finally do see Drake like cast off.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is that his armor looks like a dragonfly sideways, where his left shoulder is the head of a dragonfly, and his right shoulder are its wings.
Yeah, I mean, it is actually very, very, it's a very pretty armor, obviously, to be representative of a dragonfly. It's not symmetrical, because we only have like the wings going on one shoulder, not both. The helmet is very symmetrical. The color scheme is like grays and kind of a powder blue color, except for the visor, which is a darker shade of blue, almost the same as Kabuto's.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, see, this is the thing that I'm kind of like, at a loss with Drake, because as we see the battle goes on, this fly, this thing has killed how many women? It has literally, the worms don't copy and leave the original. They kill the original. They're dead, and that's something we've known since episode 1. We've seen it multiple times. Now, there's a point in the battle out in the park where the fly shows a memory of one of the clients that Daisuke worked with. Now, again, great. But he's using that as like a form of that Daisuke doesn't attack him and leaves him wide open, because Daisuke doesn't attack women.
He's like Sanji.
Well, I as a longtime One Piece fan, I will say no. Everyone has their limits. Everyone has their standards of what they do. I get it. I understand. And that's one thing that Sanji has, and we must respect it. But at the same time, it's like, bro, if you get caught in a pirate crew full of women and they're trying to kill you, you're fucked, because you ain't gonna do shit. You pretty much nerfed yourself.
Yeah.
And here it's almost the same as like Daisuke. Remember, the worms kill the original. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this woman is dead because of this thing.
Even if the worm is female, and it very much is
female, it killed the woman that it's copying. Okay? And you're about to kill the worm, but then it pulls that out, and he's just like, I can't. I'm like, why? It killed her. She's dead. This creature is a murderer, even if it is a female. But it's still a woman, the Daisuke. For the love of Christ. And obviously, Tendo, these hands, these feet are E for everybody, decides to intervene and destroy the fly, finally. Thank God, that thing literally creeping me out. And Daisuke pulls out the gun and shoots Tendo, and it's like, you are an animal. Like she was a woman. I'm like, no, Daisuke, no.
Yeah.
There was no woman here. There is a female, but not a human female. This thing killed her to be her, to use her against you, and now you're mad at Tendo for killing the murderous female worm.
Yeah.
No. Daisuke, no, Daisuke, no. And that's how we end the episode. We end the episode with Drake and Kabuto in battle because apparently Kabuto did what Drake couldn't do. And now Drake's pissed off at him because you killed a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. We had one guy with a huge ego, and now we have a guy that, Jesus, just because it's the opposite sex of something, you just won't.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. Okay. I get Tendo's holier than thou attitude, I guess. Anyway, That's it. That is our 4-episode review of Kabuto this week. And other than losing a Kamen Rider and then gaining one and then losing another one, in total, everything here was like around a 7.5. We did get some lore, obviously, with Kagami, his father, and maybe a little bit with Hiyori about her past and whatnot. We did get introduced to Daisuke and Gon, but other than that, not much, not a lot was answered here. So, and also, I'm like, just the fact that Daisuke is how he is, I'm like, well, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I do like Drake's cast-off form. It's good that, Kagami came to his senses. What happened to the bee? We don't know. The bee is just out of commission for now, I guess. But yeah, that sums it up for me. I mean, everything's a 7.5. It was entertaining, but not much of a story, not much lore was exposed here. So.
Yeah. For me, I would have to say the first 2 episodes were definitely a lot better. I would give them 9 and 10 because character development. 10, realizing the character development. But for the Daisuke focus episodes, 8 across the board. They're fun to watch, but not much really to go off of. It just feels like another typical episode that we could have had like 4 episodes ago, and it wouldn't have made any difference. But yeah, no, it's like I'll say this. Gon is more interesting than Daisuke, and you don't really get to focus on Gon's character until episode 17.
I wanted to know more about this little girl than I did. I mean, yeah, Daisuke, great, but what's the deal with the little girl? What's her?
You know what would have been more interesting if Gon was Kamen Rider Drake instead of Daisuke. It's like he's just like her handler, or her bodyguard while she does the actual work.
I mean, that would have been something, but again,
Yeah, I remember when they first showed that episode of Power Rangers Ninja Steel where they introduced Levi. I was thinking to myself, how cool it would be if his bodyguard was going to be the Gold Ranger instead of Levi, because it's like, one, a musician can't just drop out a tour just to become a Power Ranger. You have to cancel a bunch of shows, but a bodyguard could always quit his job, and the celebrity could just hire a new bodyguard, well, off screen. But how cool would it be if like the cowboy ranger and a team of ninjas looked like an actual cowboy, that one dude from Walker, Texas Ranger, not Corbell, the other guy. I'm trying to remember who played him. Mentally, I'm thinking Arsenio Hall, but no, that's not Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall is from martial law. But yeah, it's yeah, and it's like, yeah, it could be like, listen, Levi, I like being your bodyguard, but I got more important things I got to do, like be a Power Ranger and whatnot. See, and heck, even in Kamen Rider Might, like the butler is the writer, not the master. And how appropriate is it that we're currently reviewing Kabuto, where the actor playing the lead actor plays Sebastian?
Yes, that is very true.
Yeah, although it's funny how it all ties together.
I have seen that clip from that's movie about Myth, and I'm like, what we have seen so far, or what has been shown to us, are we really going into a Chinese Zodiac themed Kamen Rider?
The funny thing about that is that one time I had the idea of like, what if there was like,
I mean, we're
an Olympians themed Kamen Rider series where like
literally bringing Fruits Basket into a Kamen Rider series.
Because I mean, we're overdue for it, but
because I mean, now it makes sense. But I'm like, the eggs, why eggs? But it's like, remember that Shigure painted rocks, or painted like egg-shaped rocks in the shape of the Zodiacs in the first chapter or the first episode. And I'm like, all right, we'll see what happens. We'll see how this goes. So, Fruit Basket Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I was thinking about having an Olympians themed Kamen Rider where the main character is Hades, like Kamen Rider Hades, and he has to like fight against like the 12 Olympian Kamen Riders, and then you could just bring back Kamen Rider Poseidon, where it's like, except just like change his belt, and then Kamen Rider Ares would just be Kamen Rider Mars's helmet, with the rest of the suit being whatever the typical design would have been.
Make sure to sue Toei if they happen to do that, because this is your idea.
Yeah, but that's what Toei would do. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we know.
But funny thing about intellectual property rights, though, they can't use the idea anymore because I said it out loud. It's now in the ether. Now they would be required to give me intellectual property rights. But of course, that never stopped Seven Havens from existing.
Yeah.
Because Seven Havens is totally a ripoff of my idea for an Earth avatar. Because mine had twins where the main avatar was handicapped, and Korra ripped off the whole like giant kaiju fight thing because I was gonna have that be a thing. Anyways, so deserved to lose a Zector. If Zabi's Zector is drawn to leadership, so betrayed the Zector by not caring about his followers. All right.
I mean, technically, I mean, it just seemed like, again, show being so preachy, it's like the bee was like, later, I'm done with this crap.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was more of a subordinate.
Yeah. It's rather limited. Kageyama would be quick to abandon show for Kagami just because he's the new Zabi. Even if you've never seen Kabuto, you can tell he is opportunistically scummy like Andy Bernard. Sorry, I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit when I said Andy Bernard.
Yeah, no, I mean that is pretty much what Shu was. He doesn't care who's the leader. He's following the beat.
I need that senpai.
Yeah, it's not so much about like, about the person. Again, it's the symbol that you are looking at, not the person. So, but again, it it boils down to, well, what is the symbol if there is nobody behind it? It's just a suit.
Oh yeah, and for some reason, like you get the tattoo on your chest. When you become Zabi for some reason.
Get why the B emblem showed up on Kagami's chest. I thought it was maybe some type of
like you don't see the Kabuto one on Tendo's chest.
Yeah. I was like, so wait, why was that a thing? Why was it marked? Why was he marked? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like, what if there's no one behind the symbol, then what is a symbol? It's nothing.
Yeah, we have a new commenter, Iron Davidas too. Commenting about Kabuto. Yippee. Yeah, I'm glad you like Kabuto. Bros, I'm from Brazil. Hey, how you doing?
Brazil.
Gostei de que vocês falaram sobre o filme Godspeed Love. Ria bastante. I'm glad we made you laugh. Obrigado, amigo.
Yeah, so he's saying that he watched our review, and I'm pretty sure he did have a couple of laughs, because some people are like, it's always nice that even though Steve has never seen these shows, he just walks in and then he comes out more confused than when he walked in.
Yeah.
I'm glad my pain is your laughter.
Yeah. So we'll say it again. Obrigado, amigo. With that said, that's the comments, guys. We hope you had a wonderful Sunday morning. Did you enjoy your Kabuto brunching? If you did, please be sure to comment, like, subscribe and to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos, because we discuss Kamen Rider Kabuto, Kamen Rider Zets, Kokusei Hunter Omega Horn. We will be discussing the first episode this week. And, of course, yet another episode of Ultraman Teo. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show. We just released our interview with Drew Seeley, who is the singing voice of Troy Bolton from East Side High. He also wrote the song Get Your Head in the Game, and he played Troy full-time in the live musical version. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
High School Musical, the musical. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to upload another one tomorrow. We hope you guys enjoyed that one as well. If you want to say hi to us in person, we will be at Power Morphicon on August 28th through the 30th at the Pasadena Convention Center. They recently announced Gao Red will be at the convention, so we got 2 Gao Rangers. And I wouldn't be surprised if sometime in the next 5 weeks they're going to announce that Mr. Furuhara will be making a comeback again, because one, we may as well have 2 Go-Oners, and also he's been here before. He loves LA.
Bring our boy Futahara, and we'll try to get I'll see if I can try to get a recording of him telling the story of how he was almost Subsword. Because a lot of people have been like, you didn't record him, say just a random thing. But if we can get that, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, with that said, we hope you had a great time. We love y'all. We'll see you again real soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.
Mwah.